Nagmi-mirror daw. Alright, so we'll start with today with our class orientation. So I'm gonna be talking about a little background of what oral communication is all about. I will also be talking about, pakicheck ha, baka mamaya hindi kayo sa oral com naka-enroll. So I'll be talking about oral communication, what oral communication is all about, what are expected from you in this class, and of course, we will also be discussing, I'll be giving a brief background of myself. I'll be introducing myself to you guys later, wag muna ngayon. And then we'll go through the different classroom requirements and of course different rules in our class, and then of course I'll be talking about the setup that we're going to have for this particular semester, okay, kasi I do things differently compared to your other how do I say this, compared to your other teachers. Okay, I might be doing it differently compared to your other teachers. Okay, so let me start first with my classroom orientation. Okay, before we start, just a few reminders. Please do use your real name. I highly suggest that you use your UMAC Gmail account. Okay? Para po, hindi na kayong nagbabago-bago ng kung ano-ano. So, use your UMAC Gmail account to access our synchronous sessions all the time. And it will show your real name already. For everyone joining us right now, please stay muted. And if you have the capacity to do so, please turn on your cameras para naman nakikita ko ang inyong mga beautiful faces. But hindi naman to sapilitan. Okay, kapag may capacity lang kayo to do so. And if you are reciting, for example, if you have a question to ask or if you want to say something to the class, please turn on your cameras. I require you to turn on your cameras if you are going to speak, okay? Para naman alam ko kung saan galing ang mga magaganda nyong boses. Alright, so if you have to say something, please raise your hand and wait for me to acknowledge you. Wait for me to acknowledge you before you can unmute yourself. Alam nyo na yan, I will not go into details into that one. Use the chat box for questions, any other questions and concerns that you have. Feel free to type in on our chat box. Okay? So, welcome back once again. Ako ba bingo sa inyo? Ako ang unang-unang teacher nyo na nag-synchronous.
Hindi po, pangalawa po.
Pangalawa na. So, at least, hindi ako. Kasi kanina may 6 to 7:30. Kaya ako na late kasi may 6 o'clock to 7:30 ako. Medyo nag-extend kami kasi nag-check ako ng attendance. So, ayun po. Welcome back to the University of Makati. You will be the first, I believe, nag-graduate in an online setup. Congratulations, di ba? Kabog na kabog. Okay, so, ayan po. Welcome back to Higher School ng UMAC. We are from the University of Makati. Kapag tinatanong ko anong school nyo, ang school nyo po ay University of Makati. Okay? So, ayan. Ang higher school ng UMAC ay department under the Senior High School Department of the University of Makati. So, let me just give a brief rundown of the administration of HSU. You already know Dean Cora. Dean Cora Benosa is our Dean. And then Dr. Tomasa Quiñones, of course, is our Assistant Dean and College Secretary. For the department heads, we have, for TVL, we have Sir Odi. I guess, kilala nyo na si Sir Odi. Ay, hindi pala, ano pala to, HUMSS pala to. So, si Ma'am Orinya, yung kilala nyo dapat. Okay, so, Ma'am Orinya for academic. So, ibig sabihin, ABM, STEM, HUMSS, hawak ni Ma'am Orinya yan lahat. Okay, for arts and design, theater, music, VAMA, Ma'am Mabanag po ang may hawak sa kanila. So, Ma'am Mimi Mabanag. Alright. So for subject coordinators, those who are handling faculty members, we have Ma'am Tamayosa, Ma'am Ramos, Ma'am Reyes, and Ma'am Canlas. Since oral communication is an English or language class rather, under tayo kay Ma'am Tamayosa. If you have any problems with Ma'am Tamayosa, if you have any problems with me, okay, for example, you're not satisfied with the way I teach, I'm giving you way too much load, I'm giving you unnecessary requirements, pwede kayong magreklamo, walang problema. Pwede kayong magreklamo kay Ma'am Tamayosa directly kasi siya yung may hawak sa akin. Okay, so I'm under her care. Therefore, I'm under her supervision. Therefore, if you have any concerns regarding the way I handle class, the way I teach, the way I communicate with you, then you can always bring it up to Ma'am Tamayosa. All right? If you don't have it in you to tell it to me straightforwardly, okay? Pwede nyo kay Ma'am Tamayosa i-diretso yan. Okay? So, since HUMSS kayo, madalas yung mga major classes niyo under yan sa social sciences. So, kay Ma'am Canlas. Alright? For other subjects, math, science, kay Ma'am Reyes. For PE, kay Ma'am Ramos po. Alright? Okay, school policies, I will not be discussing this one kasi alam niyo na to. We'll focus more on what's expected for you in oral com. So, ayan, I'll be discussing what oral communication is all about. Medyo mabilis ha, medyo mabilis kasi I want us to have some time later to discuss a very important matter. So, ayun yung pagtutuunan natin ng pansin mamaya. Okay, let me begin first by giving an introduction to oral communication. Oral communication is a class wherein you are expected, of course, to develop none other than your oral communication skills. So, baka mamaya magtataka kayo, you might be wondering why most of the requirements will require you to talk, to record yourself, okay, to conduct interviews, to engage with other people, whether face-to-face, actually hindi pala face-to-face, whether online or through video chat, yung mga ganyan, okay? Because we want to practice your oral communication skills. So most of the activities that I have already prepared might be subject to changes, but more often than not, hindi na. Okay, so most of the activities that I have prepared will require you to really engage in speaking and talking. So, ayan, madalas naman recorded, pero nonetheless, it will still require you to talk, to say something. So, baka mamaya may magreklamo sa inyo na, yun nga, pa-video ng pa-video si ma'am, ano ba yan? Pasubmit ng video. Please forgive me, please bear with me because that's the nature of the class. Last semester, last school year, actually, di ba, reading and writing kayo, tsaka EATP. So, ang reklamo nyo naman, pasulat ng pasulat, pabasa ng pabasa. Okay, kasi reading and writing yon, EATP yon. So, wala talaga, yun yung nature ng class natin. And it's quite difficult, even more challenging right now kasi online tayo. So, yun lang. I hope you would understand where your teachers are coming from if they're giving certain requirements that you think are too much. Pero in my class naman, if majority of the class thinks it's too much, then wala pong problema, mapag-uusapan natin yan. Pero sa iba niyong class, unfortunately, hindi. Pero sa akin, wala pong problema. Kaya nating pag-usapan yan. Okay? But nonetheless, yun nga, you will really be required to sort of perform. Okay? Kasi oral com to. And oral com is one of my favorite, if not my most, it's one of my favorite classes to teach. Lalo na kung face-to-face. Alam nyo kung face-to-face classes tayo, may enjoy natin to pare-pareho. Kasi ang daming activities na naka-prepare for this one. Supposedly, at ang saya-saya niya sana kung face-to-face classes tayo. Kasi basta sobrang saya niya talaga kung face-to-face classes tayo. Hindi kasi natin siya magagawa kapag ganito, online yung setup. So, yun, sayang lang yun. But, nevertheless, okay, yun, baguhin naman natin. Kanina pa ako nonetheless. Nevertheless, I like teaching this class. Siguro kahit nakapikit ako, kaya kong ituro yung klase na to. And I enjoy teaching this class. So, hindi kayo, it will reflect naman on our activities, on our discussions, okay? So, how much I love teaching this class. Ayun po, oral communication is all about developing your oral communication skills. You will be asked, you will learn about public speaking, how to communicate properly, how to deliver a speech, Okay, how to write a speech, we will also be talking about it. So, yung mga bagay na ganun po, we will be discussing that during this course. All right? Oral communication is also a core subject. So, whether you like it or not, kailangan nyo siyang pagdaanan talaga. Okay? Kahit anong strand, kahit anong track, may oral com. Kaya nga dapat to grade 11 talaga siya tinuturo. But anyway, yun po, because pandemic happened and we wished for the best na hindi naman nangyari kasi I think it's getting worse. The situation in the Philippines is getting worse. So, ayun po. Okay. Core subject siya. So, on a regular grading system, 25% written task, performance task 50%, whereas quarterly assessment is 25%. So, malaking chunk performance task. Okay. However, since we are on pandemic right now, we are on a distance learning setup, online distance learning setup, binago ng DepEd yung grading system. So, huwag kayong magtataka minsan kung malakas yung hatak or malaki yung hatak ng performance task. So, kapag halimbawa hindi ka lang nakapagpasa ng isang performance task, ang baba na kagad ng binaba ng grade mo or ang laki na kagad ng binaba ng grade mo. Huwag na kayong magtaka kasi this time around, since we don't have quarterly assessments or yung mga departmental exams natin like midterm exams and final exams, since we don't have those, na-carry over siya sa performance task and written task. So, yung performance task natin, it's 60% right now, whereas your written works are 40%. However, because of the nature of the class, not all written works are written. Okay? Hindi lahat ng written task nyo ay written. Hindi rin lahat ng performance task nyo ay kailangan i-perform. Okay? I hope we understand each other with that. Kasi nga, oral communication tayo. So, there are certain things that might be recorded as written works. There are certain tasks that may be recorded as performance tasks. Pili lang naman yun, but still, kapag mabigat kasi siya na gawain, halimbawa, it will take you more than 1 hour to accomplish it, hindi ko yan ilalagay sa written task. Ilalagay ko yan sa performance task kasi you performed a lot of things to accomplish that particular requirement. So, ayun po. Alright? So, madalas yun lang naman yung criteria ko for differentiating whether it's a written task or a performance task. If you cannot accomplish it within an hour or within the day, then definitely performance task yan. Okay? So, ayun. Alright, so I hope you understand the grading system kasi baka mamaya magtaka kayo, ma'am, bakit ganito, bakit ganyan? And I'm open to those discussions naman. And you also have to be informed. Okay, I don't know if your other subject teachers are telling you about this, but you also need to be informed that right now, the grading system that we have right now in the Department of Education, your grades, unlike nung kapanahunan ko, your grades are transmuted. Ibig sabihin, you are getting grades higher than what is supposed to be. Hindi po talaga dapat kung ano yung mga na-receive nyo na grades, yan na yung transmuted grades ninyo. Hindi yan yung mga raw or initial grades ninyo. Alright? So, take for example, estudyante ka, tapos ang nakuha mo ay 75.99. 0.01 na lang, 76 ka na. Pag tinransmute yan, 75.99 transmutes to, tama ba ako? Tama, 75.99 transmutes to 84. Samantalang yung kaklase mo na 76.01 lang yung difference ninyo. 85 na. Imagine that. So, 0.01 lang yung difference ng score nyo, pero sa card, 1 point na kagad. Which is a big deal, di ba? Malaking difference yung 1 point, lalo na kapag final grades ang usapan natin. Alright? So, there were instances kasi, I have been explaining this to my classes because there were instances wherein students, sometimes, they complain about the grades that they receive at the end of the class. Okay, or at the end of the semester. Nagtataka sila kasi kino-compare nila yung sarili nila with their other classmates. Katulad na lang, last year, meron akong isang klase na sobrang competitive nila. Grade 12 na naman sila, graduate na. Sobrang competitive nila within the class na I received a lot of complaints, or actually not really complaints, but rather questions regarding their grades. Kahit na pinakita ko na sa kanila yung class record ko. So, nagko-complain sila kasi kinompare nila yung sarili nila with their other classmates. So, nakita niya na, "Ma'am, bakit po ganito? Pareho kami ng grade ni blah blah sa ganito, tapos sa ganyan, pero magkaiba kami ng final grade." So, inexplain ko, syempre, you are graded based on your performance, based on your attendance, and of course, transmuted yung grade ninyo. So, there's a high possibility na iba yung transmutation. Okay? So, there will be instances like that. And me personally, I don't take it offensively. So, I don't take offense when students ask regarding their grades. Actually, I highly encourage my students. Kaya nga pinapakita ko ang class record ko sa mga estudyante ko para aware sila kung paano sila ginigradean. Okay? So, however, for some of your classes kasi or some of your teachers, they don't do that. Syempre, for their security purposes na rin. And I don't know kung ano yung reason nila. But ako personally, ang pinaka-security ko ay yung pinakita ko siya sa inyo. So by the time na na-encode ko siya, wala nang reklamo dapat. Kasi pinakita ko na sa inyo eh. So dapat nung time pa lang na pinakita ko na yung grade ninyo, nagreklamo na kayo. It's already your fault kapag na-miss out mo yung opportunity na yon. Okay? So, ayan. So, bago pa man ako mag-encode ng final grades, even midterm grades, bago pa man ako magpasa ng midterm grades, pinapakita ko muna kung nasa na kayo, yung class standing nyo. I will show you your grades, I will show you my records before I even submit those. Kasi nga, I encourage you, of course, to double check. 'Di ba? Tao lang naman si ma'am, nagkakamali din ako. And nag-manual input lang yan unless galing sa TBL Hub yung scores ninyo. But more often than not, manually input yung mga grades nyo dun sa class record ko and even dun sa class record ng DepEd. Okay? But don't worry about it kasi, I mean, in my class, you don't have to worry about your grades or receiving low grades in my class because hindi ako madamot sa grades. Grades are just grades for me. It's a reflection, yes, it is a reflection of your performance in class. But if you perform well, I could give you as high as 98. Hindi ako madamot. Yun yung pinaka-cap ko kasi, yun yung pinakamataas grade na ibibigay ko, 98. Okay, and if you are deserving of that, kahit buong klase pa kayo na bigyan ko, kahit lahat kayo sa klase 98, walang problema. As long as you are deserving of that grade. Okay? You have to prove yourself that you are deserving of that grade. So, uma-attend ka ng klase, nagpapasa ka ng requirements, nagpa-participate ka in class, quality yung requirement na I think I have to reiterate on this. Dapat quality, nag-meet dun sa standards na sinet natin. Okay? Nag-meet dun sa criteria na sinet ni ma'am. Okay? Wala pong problema. Kayang-kaya mong ma-reach yung 98. In fact, marami akong students na nakakakuha ng 98 at the end of the SEM. And kahit tanungin pa ako ng office, kahit questionin pa ako, ma'am, bakit ang dami mong estudyante na 98 ang grade? Kaya kong i-back up yan. Kaya kong i-explain yan. Kasi ang grades ninyo, hindi ko yan hinuhulaan. Binibigay nyo yan sa akin. Inire-record ko lang at kino-compute. So, kaya ko yung back upan kasi may proof ako na nag-submit kayo, na quality yung gawa nyo, may rubric tayo na finalo, and so on and so forth. So, hindi siya palaisipan sa inyo, bakit ma'am, saan mo kinuha tong grade na to? Bakit ganito, okay? Hindi kayo magtataka. When it comes to me, hindi kayo magtataka saan nanggaling yung grades ninyo. Baka magtaka pa kayo, bakit mataas yung grade ninyo? Okay? So, ayun, madalas may mga estudyante ako, hindi naman marami, may mga estudyante ako na nagtataka sila, hala ma'am, bakit ganito yung grade ko, ang taas, okay? Walang problema dyan. Galante si ma'am pagdating sa grade. So, you don't have to worry about anything. All right? So, next, let's go to modes of teaching and learning. Nauna na si PBL Hub, so move ko na lahat. Okay, for online synchronous sessions that we're going to have, we will be using Google Meet. Okay, hindi ako masyadong gumagamit ng Zoom kasi wala akong premium account and I don't want my classes to get interrupted after the 40-minute mark. So, ayoko nang nai-interrupt yung klase ko. So, Google Meet tayo. Stick tayo sa Google Meet. Okay? I refuse to use Facebook Messenger naman kasi natatambakan. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo po, I ask you to join a Facebook group instead. At least kasi yon napipin ko yung Facebook groups dun sa sidebar ko sa Facebook. So, I can easily access it. Kapag may notification, tsaka nanonotify ako. Unlike kasi sa Messenger, na kailangan ko pang i-open si Messenger para lang makita yung mga messages. Sometimes, hindi kami friends sa Facebook. So, hindi ko nakikita yung messages. Okay? So, ayun po. Alright. Eliza, you have anything to say?
Wala po, ma'am, napindot lang po. Sorry.
Okay, sige. Alright, ayan. Okay, so that's for online synchronous. So we will stick with Google Meet and I expect everyone po to please use your real name and put a picture on your Google Meet account, okay? Or on your UMAC Gmail account. Yung picture naman na makikita ko yung mukha ninyo, ha? Wag naman picture ng anime, wag naman picture ng tatay nyo, wag naman picture ng kung sino. Okay? Picture nyo naman para makilala ko naman kayo. Okay? So, ayun po. If you are not yet a member of our Facebook group, please ask your classmates to tell you kung nasaan siya. Yung mga members na dyan, paki-invite nyo na yung mga kaklase nyo hindi pa members. Okay, and ask them to join our Facebook group. Kasi po, on our Facebook group, that's where I will be posting weekly announcements as well. Dahil hindi naman tayo mag-meet regularly, or I mean, hindi naman tayo mag-meet ng synchronously all the time. Okay? So for online and offline asynchronous activities, of course, number one, we have TBL Hub. All of the activities will be on TBL Hub. Nasa TBL Hub na po. Lahat ng resources that you need for our class, it's already uploaded on TBL Hub. All you need to do is just read, comprehend, go through everything. Okay, buksan lahat, tignan lahat, alamin kung ano ang gagawin, mag-submit ng dapat i-submit, at definitely yan, automatic yan, mag-move on to the next part when the time is right. Okay? So, ayun. Kasi naka-schedule din yung paglabas ng mga resources sa TBL Hub. Okay? So, ayun po, we'll be using TBL Hub, which is a Moodle-based platform. We'll be using Facebook group, and of course, from time to time, we might be using Google Sheets, Google Docs, and Google Drive. Alright? So, ayan. Next, submission of activities and requirements. Actually, dati kasi dati hindi ako sa TBL Hub nagpapasubmit. So, tinuturo ko kung paano mag-submit sa Google Drive. But since meron na tayong TBL Hub, most of the requirements will be posted on TBL Hub. Unless, of course, hindi talaga siya kaya ng TBL Hub. Like, for example, nasabi ko nga kanina, di ba, medyo marami tayong video recordings, so hindi siya kayang tanggapin ng TBL Hub. Anong kailangan niyong gawin? Kailangan niyo siyang i-upload sa personal Google Drive ninyo, but make sure that I can access it. So, yung link nun, ipopost niyo sa ating TBL Hub Classroom. Okay? So, hindi ko na ito i-discuss kasi hindi naman natin kailangan yan. I guess you know already how to navigate Google Drive. Ayan naman, kapag mag-upload kayo, drag and drop lang naman yan. Kapag sa cellphone naman, I suggest you download the app. Okay, download the app ng Google Drive, and then from it, you can just click, access your documents on your phone. Okay, so ayan. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Do you have any questions so far? Sorry, I'm doing the talking right now kasi kailangan. Pero soon enough in our future synchronous classes naman, you will have the opportunity to talk. It's just that right now I have to do the talking for now. For now, okay. Okay, may questions ba?
Wala naman po.
Wala
Wala
naman
po, ma'am.
Okay, I hope malinaw naman po sa lahat. Alright, sige, classroom rules tayo. Every time that we will have synchronous session, and even during the entire semester, I want these rules to be practiced. So, meron lang akong 3 basic classroom rules. Unang-una sa lahat, okay, plagiarism is not allowed in any forms or whatnot. It is not allowed in my class. So, kung ngayon pa lang, desidido na kayo na mag-copy and paste from the internet, copy and paste from other sources, then expect to receive a grade of 0. No questions asked. No exemptions. If I caught you, or if you were caught plagiarizing someone else's work, then that's an automatic grade of 0. Okay? Kasi every time that I will accuse someone of plagiarizing, I make sure that it's backed up by evidence. Hindi naman ako nag-aakusa na, ay, feeling ko hindi mo kayang gawin to. So, plagiarize tong gawa na to. Hindi naman. Okay? Sinesearch ko yan. Okay? Meron akong anti-plagiarism tool. So, where I check my students' work. And, of course, binabasa ko ang mga gawa ng mga estudyante ko isa-isa. Sa oral com naman, I don't think na there's an opportunity for you to plagiarize your work except towards the last part if you will be writing your speech na. Pero I doubt naman that you will be plagiarizing that one pa kasi kailangan mong i-deliver ang speech na yon. So anyway, more on that later. But yun po, I just would like to remind everyone that plagiarism in any form is not allowed. All right? So I don't tolerate thieves in my classroom. Remember that plagiarism is a crime. You are stealing from someone, you are cheating someone, and you are depriving someone of something else. Okay? You are depriving them of the opportunity to learn from you. So plagiarism is totally a crime for me. No questions asked. Meron na akong naging estudyante. Siya yung pinaka-active ko na student before. This was, I think, 2 years ago. Siya yung pinaka-active na student ko sa class. Isang requirement lang, okay? Isang requirement lang na nahuli ko siyang nag-plagiarize. Tapos dinefend niya pa sa akin, nagdahilan pa siya. Sabi niya, ma'am, pinaghirapan ko po yan, buong linggo ko pong ginawa yan, and so on and so forth. And I asked him, paano kapag napatunayan ko na nag-plagiarize ka? Anong gagawin mo? Okay? So, nung tinanong ko siya na gano'n, paano kapag napatunayan ko na plagiarize mo tong gawa mo na to, anong gagawin mo? Tapos, hindi siya nakasagot. So, ibig sabihin, alam niya, he was aware of what he was doing. And I'm sure, you guys, whenever you copy and paste from the internet, you are aware of the consequences that might happen. Okay? Nagklase na kayo ng reading and writing. Nagklase na kayo ng EAPP. So, I know this should have been discussed. Kung hindi to na-discuss naging estudyante ko na ba kayo? Yes, no? Yes, no?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes.
Opo, ma'am.
Reading and writing tayo before. Tama ba ako?
Kompan po.
Kompan?
Kompan. Opo, ma'am.
Oo nga, nagturo pala ako ng anong kompan. So, oral ko will be easy for you na. Kasi kompan din to. Actually, kompan din to. English lang. Pero medyo iba lang. Pero, okay, sige. Anyway, mamaya na dyan. So, kaya pala sabi ko, bakit familiar? Okay. Naging estudyante ko na nga pala kayo. 01 HUMSS. Okay. So, tama. Okay. So, ayan. Feeling ko alam nyo na naman to. So, ayan. Plagiarism in any form is not allowed in my class. And I'm guessing na na-discuss ko na rin to sa inyo before. So, like what I have mentioned as well, be respectful. Be respectful in class, i-respect ang teacher, i-respect ang classmate. If you don't have it in you to respect me, at least respect your classmates. If you can respect your classmates, definitely you can respect me as well. Kasi you wouldn't want your classmates to be troubled. And you wouldn't want the class to be disrupted. So please be respectful. Next, of course, be kind to your classmates. Ayan, kailangan ko kasi talagang i-discuss kasi orientation tayo ngayon. So be kind to everyone. If I could help you in any way, please do let me know. Alam niyo na naman to. You can message me on Facebook if you need anything. Alright? So, please do message me if you need anything. Please be a listening ear, a lending hand, okay, an observing eye to your classmates. Ayan, di ba? Parang preschool na preschool yung datingan natin dito. Okay. So, those are my classroom rules. Alam nyo na yan. I don't have to reiterate everything. Okay, etiquette for online class. Di ko na rin to i-discuss. Alam nyo na rin po ito. Okay, so hindi na ako magpapakilala. Kasi, naging teacher nyo na nga pala ako. Okay? So, kayo pala yung kaisa-isang klase ko ngayong semester na naging teacher na ako. Okay, so I will not be introducing myself anymore because you already know me. Most of you are already my friends on Facebook. Tama? We already had a relationship for 1 semester with Compan. So I will not be introducing myself anymore. Okay. So consultation hours natin, it's from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. na hindi naman nasusunod. But if you have something pressing, halimbawa gusto nyo talaga na ma-address ko siya properly, please do message me within this or in between this time. Okay, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Kasi before 8 a.m., may klase ako. May klase kasi ako ng 6 to 7:30. Everyday yon. So, hindi ko kayo ma-accommodate dahil nga busy si ma'am. May klase ako. After 5 p.m. naman, dahil according to the words of Duque, winarak na ako ng trabaho by then. So, hindi na nagfa-function yung brain ko properly. So, kung gusto niyo na masagot ko kayo ng maayos, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. ang consultation hours natin. You can message me anytime during those hours. Alright? If you have any questions, you can always message me on Facebook. Alam niyo naman na to. You could post your questions on our TBL Hub. You can post your questions on our Facebook group. Okay? So, hindi ko na kailangan i-explain yan. Alam niyo naman. Okay. So, ayan. Tapusin na natin. Pakita ko na sa inyo yung TBL Hub classroom natin. So, let me just access it. Tingnan natin kung lalabas. Kasi medyo mabagal si TBL Hub. Hindi ko alam. As usual, because it's a start of the first semester and everyone's doing their orientation. So, let me just share my screen once again. Ayan, nakikita na po ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes, okay kaya pala. Okay. So, ayan, alright. So, since nakikita nyo na, I'll go through it just like how I did it before. You already know it. Announcements are just there, but only for important announcements. So, you don't have to check it every now and then. Most of my announcements will always be on Facebook group. Alam niyo naman yan. Course guides is where you can find our course outline and course syllabus for this course para alam niyo po yung tatakbuhin ng ating semester. So you would know how we would be doing how we would go about the entire semester. All right? So I also uploaded here a copy of the university calendar. So you will be properly guided on the important dates to remember kailan matatapos yung midterm, kailan matatapos yung semester natin, kailan kayo magbabakasyon, kailan yung mga holidays, and so on and so forth. So, nandyan yan lahat. You can always access it. Ayan pala. So, kayo pala yung nakaranas na sa Google Drive ako nagpapapasa ng requirements, no? Tama?
Opo, ma'am.
Yes,
Oo,
ma'am.
yan. So, this time, hindi tayo sa Google Drive magpapasa. Minsan lang, sa personal Google Drive nyo na siya i-upload. Wala na tayo nung specific na drive natin. Okay? Ngayon, sa TBL Hub na siya ipapasa para yung grades nyo din mag-a-appear na sa TBL Hub. Okay? So, attendance. Okay, last time, ang attendance natin outside, correct? Tama ba ako? Google Form pa tayo nun, di ba?
Yes po.
Okay, so hindi na tayo Google Form this time. Sa sa TBL Hub na tayo mag-a-attendance. So, ma'am, paano yung attendance natin sa sa TBL Hub? Okay, nandiyan na siya. All you have to do is access it on the day that it could be accessed. So, automatically naman sa sa TBL Hub naman, automatic kapag yun yung araw na magmi-meet tayo, mag-o-open yan. So, for example, today, August 23, we will meet every Monday, Thursday from 7:30 to 9. Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct?
Yes po.
Tama, okay. So, mag-open siya automatically, okay? Pero kung mapapansin niyo po, stop muna. Okay, kung mapapansin niyo po, tignan niyo yung time. Hindi siya open from 7:30 to 9 o'clock lang. Open siya from 6 a.m. to 12 o'clock. So, katulad dati, regardless kung magsisynchronous tayo or asynchronous session tayo, every Monday and every Thursday from 6 a.m. to 12 noon, you have to access TBL Hub, okay, to mark your attendance, okay? So, open natin to. Again, ulitin ko. Every Monday and every Thursday, regardless kung asynchronous tayo or synchronous session, you have to access TBL Hub to mark yourself present. Okay? To mark your attendance. O yan, katulad ngayon, meron ng mga nag-mark. Okay, yung mga naka-red, ibig sabihin, di pa sila nagma-mark. Pero I can see that many of you have already marked themselves present. So that's good. Okay? So, ayan, you have 6 a.m. to 12 noon to do so. Kapag hindi nyo siya na-mark after 12, then definitely absent yan automatically. At kung mapapansin nyo, isa na lang ang nilagay ko dyan. P na lang, para wala na kayong ibang aatupagin pa, kundi yan na lang. Alright? So, halimbawa, si Eileen, wala siyang internet pala, hindi siya maka-attend ng klase natin or hindi siya makapag-mark ng attendance, then sabihan nyo lang ako, katulad ng dati nating gawi. Sabihan nyo lang ako, and then I could always mark you as excused. Okay? So, pwede ko ring i-mark yan na present. Okay? Pero syempre, lalagyan ko dito ng excuse. Alright? So, basta valid yung reason, wala po tayong problema with that. Alright? So, ayan. Okay. So, balik tayo dun sa ating klase. So, malinaw po ba si attendance? If it's clear, can I see you raise your hands? Kung malinaw po. Ayan. Thank you for raising your hands. Maraming salamat. Okay. So, let's go to our TBL Hub classroom. Dating gawi ulit. You can put your hands down na po. Dating gawi ulit, kumpleto na yan, lahat. Lahat ng resources, nandyan na. Lahat ng activities na dapat gawin, nandyan na. Okay, tanong, baka mamaya nakalimutan na, ma'am, may module ka na in-upload. Dun sa modules, may activity. Kailangan pa po ba namin gawin yung mga activity dun sa modules? Anong sagot? Anong sagot natin? Kailangan pa bang gawin?
Hindi na po.
Okay. Ang module, in-upload po ni Ma'am Jan para may mabasa kayo. Extra reference nyo yan, of course, aside from my video lectures. Ano lang, ma'am, yung kailangan nating gawin? Ang kailangan lang pong gawin ay kung ano yung nasa TBL Hub. Okay? So, alam nyo na yan. Dating gawin na natin yan. Kung isa lang ang activity na nakalagay sa TBL Hub, for that particular lesson, isa lang ang kailangan yung gawin. Hindi nyo na kailangan magpasa ng sandamukal na requirements na hindi ko rin naman makacheckan. So, ayan. Alright? So, I hope I made that clear. Everything in here has been uploaded until the very last lesson. So, we have 11 lessons for this semester. Parang compound din pala, okay? So, katulad nga na nasabi ko kanina, this is similar to compound. Pero yung compound kasi, ano bang ginawa natin sa compound? Nakalimutan ko na eh. Ano bang ginawa natin sa compound before? Ano mga activities natin na ginawa sa compound? Naalala niyo pa?
Yung mga ma'am, video ma'am, tungkol din sa wika.
Yung nagpa-group reporting ako sa inyo, di ba? Tama?
Yes po.
Oo, yun. Yun. So, yung mga ganon. Tapos, yung at the end, tama ba? Sa inyo ba ako nagpagawa ng parang music video?
Yung
Tama
sa
ba?
vlog yung amin na.
Vlog yung sa inyo? Or
Yes
vlog?
po.
Opo.
Okay. Sige. Teka lang. Iniisip ko eh. Kasi that was last year pa. So, okay. So, yun. Basta anyway, alright. So, medyo similar naman siya. Pero this time around kasi, I have to be honest, di ba, sinabi ko naman sa inyo yan last time na hindi kasi ako confident before magturo ng Filipino. So, kasi nga, hindi naman talaga ako Filipino teacher. But this one is my forte. Therefore, you would expect rather a lot from me. I think mapapansin nyo naman yan, the way that I will be handling the class. So, favorite ko kasi talaga yung oral com na ituro. Even before. That's why I enjoy activities in this class. I enjoy, back then, during face-to-face, ito yung excited ako na ituro talaga. So, I always look forward to it. But anyway, we will be doing a lot of talking in here. Again, like what I have mentioned earlier, you will be doing a lot of video recording. So, you have to stand in front of the camera and talk. Kung hindi man siya real time na ganito, you need to do it recording yourself. So, ayan, gagawin nyo talaga siya for this one. Kasi nga, public speaking talaga yung hino-hone natin dito. Unlike nung sa compan, medyo technical pa kasi yung datingan niya. Alright? But the concepts are almost the same. Parehong-pareho lang ng konsepto, okay? So, ayan po. So, we have 11. If I'm not mistaken, if time permits po, from lesson 1 to lesson 7, that's midterms. Okay? From lesson 8 to lesson 11, that's finals. So, depende pa kung aabutin tayo kung kaya nating tapusin hanggang lesson 7, tatapusin natin. Pero kung hindi kaya, hanggang lesson 6 lang tayo. So, ayun. And then, maki-carry over na lang si lesson 7 dun sa finals. Pero, I want kasi yung finals natin, nakafocus talaga siya on public speaking kasi mas maraming performance tasks during that time. Okay? So, ayun po. Sorry. Okay. So, that's it. Alright? Alam niyo na naman ang galawan natin sa TBL Hub. Like what I have mentioned earlier, lahat dito siya isasubmit. Kailangan niyo na lang basahin, at intindihin. Parang awa niyo na. Please, intindihin niyo kung anong nakalagay sa ating TBL Hub. Alright. So, I'll stop presenting now and then I'm gonna be opening the floor for some questions. Do you have any other questions, clarifications? Meron ba? Yes, Abigail, go ahead.
Ma'am, kailan po yung asynchronous natin, ma'am?
Okay, hindi ko pala nasabi. Okay, since ang oral com po ay English or language class rather, naka-schedule lamang tayo. Ang oral com pwede lamang kaming mag-synchronous session every Monday and Tuesday. So tayo, kung magkakaroon man tayo ng synchronous session, we will only have it every Monday. The rest of the week, asynchronous na tayo. Hindi ako pwedeng mag-synchronous session sa inyo on a Thursday. Kasi hindi ako naka-schedule during that time. Pagagalitan ako ng office. Monday lang po tayo pwedeng mag-synchronous session. And you already know this one. Tama? So, hindi naman ako nagpapa-synchronous session every week. Correct? Would you rather me stick with that format. Video lectures pa rin tayo and then synchronous sessions from time to time. Okay pa rin ba sa inyo yung ganun setup or mas gusto nyo na mag-lecture ako live? Taas nga kamay. Sino yung gusto na mag-stick tayo with video lectures? Wala. We have Eliza, Alexandra. So, only a few. How about the others? Mas gusto nyo ba na... So, marami naman nagtataas. So, we'll stick with that. Tama? Agree?
Yes po.
Okay, so,
Yes, ma'am.
so alam niyo na yung galawan natin, di ba? So, naging estudyante ko na pala kayo before. So, alam niyo na yung galawan natin. Ma'am will upload video lectures. You can watch it any time of the day once it's uploaded and then accomplish the task. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. Do not hesitate to contact me. Huwag kayong mag-atubili na natawagan. I-message ako. Okay? You can always message me on Facebook. You can always email me. You can always post on our TBL Hub classroom. Okay? So, yun po. You can always reach out to me if you have clarifications. But, of course, we will still have synchronous sessions. May synchronous sessions tayo, but they will not be happening every week. Okay? Katulad ng dating nangyari. Pag nagsisynchronous session tayo, alam nyo na yan, magpapalaro lang ako. I will ask you if you have any questions, clarification, and then we will address them. Kung hindi malinaw sa inyo, ma'am, yung video lecture medyo malabo, may hindi ako naintindihan na part, pwede mo po bang ulitin? Wala pong problema. We could always do that. Okay? So, yun yung time, kasi I'm an advocate, I'm really an advocate of flexible learning. Kasi I believe that flexible learning is, how do I say this? It's the marker for modernization of education. So, isa siya sa mga markers. Kapag na-perfect natin si flexible learning, kapag yung mga estudyante natin naka-adapt sa flexible learning, then ibig sabihin, we are on the road to modernizing education. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, unti-unti nakakaangat na tayo. Alright? Kasi you are teaching your students to be more independent. You are giving them flexibility. You are giving them responsibility na they can do things on their own. Okay? And probably at the end of when everything is settled, kapag na-modernize na talaga natin siya completely, okay, yung mga teachers, remote teachers na lang sila. They will be instead of, how do I say this? Instead of being sources of information, they will be facilitators of learning. Full-on facilitators of learning. So, guide sila, magiging guide na lang yung mga teachers, okay? So, ayun, hindi lang sila source of information, but they will also be guides and facilitators of learning. Ayun po. Alright, so, I guess that's settled, that we already have that, how do I say this? That kasunduan, okay, that contract that we will continue with the video lectures and then from time to time, we will be having our synchronous sessions, okay? So aside from that, binago ko rin po yung di ba dati kasi hindi ako madalas nagpo-post sa group natin, sa Facebook group natin. I will only post kapag may mga pertinent announcements ako. But this time, I will be posting every Sunday night. Okay, so Sunday night, para malaman nyo kung meron kayong synchronous or asynchronous class or kung ano yung mangyayari for the entire week and ano yung expected outputs for the entire week. Alright? So, yun, at least doon updated kayo kung ano yung mga mangyayari. Alright, any other questions, concerns, clarifications before I check the attendance? Meron po ba?
Wala na po, ma'am.
Wala na? Sure?
Yes po.
Okay, so feeling ko naman malinaw naman sa inyo lahat kasi magkakakilala na naman tayo and I don't think it's gonna be a difficult semester for everyone. Okay? So, ayan po. Alright, ano pa bang sasabihin ko? Wala na. Kung wala naman na kayong tanong, wala na po. Let me just check the attendance before I let you go. Meron ba kayong synchronous session after my class?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Meron. Okay. Anong subject nyo after mine?
ICT po.
ICT po.
ICT? Ano yung ICT?
Empowerment, ma'am.
MTech?
Yes po.
Okay. So, sige. Alright. Okay, sige. Let me call on Abad, Selena.
Present po.
Okay, just say present once I call your name, ha? Sorry, I forgot to give the instruction. Aduka, Crystal.
Present po.
Meron bang nadagdag sa klase nyo? Wala. Nabawas meron. Almariego Elizabeth Risha.
Present po.
Amante Shawi Weng.
Present po.
Ampelocchio Bernadette.
Present po.
Bolaños Eileen.
Present po.
Bundalian Coffee. Present. Camposano Aldrin.
Present po.
Obilia Jasmine Claire.
Present po.
Cortez Carla May.
Present po.
De Jesus Maria Socorro Duchel.
Present po.
Fajardo Alexandra Angela.
Present po.
Franco Mika Kyle.
Present po.
Prias Angeli.
Present
Sorry.
po.
Gamboa Kayla Nicole.
Present po.
Garcia Eliza May.
Present po.
Guevara Kirsten Denise.
Present po.
Hataina Joyce Crystal. Hataina Joyce Crystal. Wala pa siya. Okay, mukhang balik-aral to. She was not your classmate before, no? Tama?
Yes po.
Tama, okay. So, wala pa siya. Naku, mukha na, liligaw siya. Kailangan siyang hanapin ng advisor nyo. Javier Eileen May.
Present po.
Loresco John Denver. Loresco John Denver. Hindi niya rin to classmate dati, no?
Classmate.
Classmate po.
Classmate na ba siya? Hindi ba siya from another class?
Sa amin po siya.
Sa inyo siya. Okay, so Nueva Matthew Cedric.
Present po.
Ordinario Jamaica.
Present po.
Pangan Jovel Joy.
Present po.
Paraiso Abigail.
Present po, ma'am.
Puninoy Bianca.
Present po.
Plantado Alessandra Lian.
Present po.
Udol Earl Joshua.
Present po.
Rama Samantha Joan.
Present po.
Reyes Fiona Paula.
Present po.
Rosil Rona Jean.
Present po.
Taclote Michael Angelo.
Present po.
Salvacion Zana Mariz.
Present po.
Okay, thank you. Sebastian Lawrence Ryan.
Present po, ma'am.
Tejada Brian. Brian. Wala si Brian. Yamzon Yumiko Adriana.
Present po.
Okay, so we only have 3 students missing for today's class. Okay, so ayan po. Alright, so if you have if you don't have any other questions, once again, thank you so much. Grade 12-01. Wow, grade 12 na sila. Okay, grade 12-01 HUMSS. Okay, parang dati, first semester, first year nyo pala. Okay, so if you don't have any other questions, can I please ask everyone to turn on their camera so I can take a picture, a screenshot of us before we end? Quick lang. Sige, on nyo na yung camera nyo. Huwag na kayong mahiya. Wow, may mga nakahiga pa. Wala nag-on ah. Okay, on. Turn it on. Sige, let me just take a screenshot of everyone para naman makita ka ulit kayo. It's actually nice to see you guys once again and to be in my class. I hope you feel the same. Baka mamaya ayaw nyo na pala sa akin. Halos siya na naman yung teacher namin. Okay, sige. Alright, sige. I'm taking a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Smile. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, ayan. Thank you very, very much for joining me, Grade 12-01 HUMSS. And I'm looking forward to another semester with you. I hope you feel the same. Okay. Sabihin niyo lang kung meron tayong dapat baguhin. Baka mamaya may alam niyo naman, kilala niyo naman ako. So if you find some things difficult or some things challenging, please don't hesitate to contact me po. Alright? So if you don't have any other questions, thank you. You can have your 30-minute break before you begin with your other class. Maraming salamat everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you,
po,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye po.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you po.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye po.
Ma'am,
Yes po. Go ahead.
may tanong lang ako pero hindi po siya related sa oral com. If
Sige, go
okay
ahead.
lang po.
Yeah, sure.
In behalf of TLC po, the Language Consortium, gusto po sana namin kayong maging guest speaker for the Korean webinar if okay lang po.
Korean webinar, when is this?
November po siya, pero baka ma-move pa po siya.
Tungkol saan po?
Korean po.
Like, what particular? Pagtuturo ng
Language.
Korean?
Opo, Korean language. Ganun po.
Basics lang ha?
Opo,
Baka mamaya, ano to?
Opo, mga basics Korean lang po.
Okay, sige. Sige, pwede naman po. Pwede. Pwede naman. Wala naman pong problema.
Okay po, sige po. Thank you po.
Okay, sige. And if you need, actually, if you need someone na, for example, magtuturo, I could ask someone. Meron kasing, I'm a member before ng UP Arirang. So, that's the first Korean-Filipino friendship organization in the Philippines. So, pwede ako magtanong sa kanila, baka pwede silang makipag-tie up with you guys. And of course, ayun, at least help you out in something. Kapag ganun.
Okay po, sige po. Thank you po,
Sige,
ma'am.
Okay, just tell me in advance so I could prepare for it in advance.
Okay po, thank you po.
Okay,
Bye
sige. Thank
po.
you, Jasmine. Bye.